In this video, I'm going to show you how I make $500 to $2,500 commissions without funnels, paid ads, or a big following. I do this by using what I call the six-figure freedom operating system. If you want my personal help to install this system in your business, there's a link below with the details of my six-figure freedom accelerator, okay? If you are on Facebook, it's in the comments. If you are on YouTube, it's in the description. Before I dive into the system that you see on the screen, let me share with you what I see in the affiliate marketing space, okay? So, most people in the space are spinning their wheels. They are confused and overwhelmed with tech and funnels. They are frustrated with losing money on ads and getting ad accounts shut down. They are stuck waiting for Reels and TikTok algorithms to get traffic, leads, and sales. They are jumping around, chasing every new method and new platform. While everyone is distracted, while everyone is going in circles, I've been using a very simple system on Facebook to make consistent $500 to $2,500 commissions and grow my business to six figures. It's kind of like in the gym. People try all these new fancy exercises that they see on Instagram, while the pro bodybuilders focus on the basics that actually get results. Like the pros in the gym, I stick to the basics. I just use a Facebook profile to make consistent commissions. And I know you are probably thinking that Facebook is old news, but here's the truth. Facebook quietly sits as the number one most used social media platform in the world, okay? Over 2.1 billion people log in every single day, and it's the only platform with more than half of the world's internet users, okay? It's a forgotten, hidden in plain sight gold mine that most affiliates completely ignore. What I'm going to do here is to break down the simple system I've used to make six figures in affiliate sales by using just Facebook. And this system allows me and my clients to make consistent $500 to $2,500 commissions. We do it without tech and funnels, without spending money on ads, without waiting for algorithms to get traffic, leads, and sales, and without needing big followings. Okay? And you see the system in front of you right now, and it has three phases. First phase, starting from left to right, first phase is unlimited free traffic. Okay, so get 10 to 15 new perfectly targeted leads every single day in only 45 minutes. Second phase, buyer activation engine. Generate ready to buy leads with just one post per day. Third phase, techless conversion. Convert leads into $500 to $2,500 commissions in 5 messages. Okay? Before we dive into each one of these phases, let's talk about the first step to make this system work, which is finding an offer. Okay? Which is this part that you see here on the right side, finding an offer. Because if you don't have anything to sell, it's impossible for you to make money. Okay, it's impossible for you to make money. And I see a lot of people growing followings, creating content, and they don't have an offer to sell. That means your business doesn't have a goal. I always recommend picking an offer to promote first as your first step and building everything around it. Okay, because if you have a goal for your business, if you have an offer that you are trying to promote, then you can grow your following with the people who need that offer, and then you can create content that attracts people to that offer. So everything you are doing in every phase of your business has one goal: attracting people to the offer that you are promoting. But if you don't have an offer to sell, there is no goal in what you are doing. So it's hard for you to grow your business, and it's impossible for you to make money if you don't have anything to sell. So that's why I recommend that you start by finding an affiliate offer to promote. So we start here with this rectangle that you see on the right side, finding an offer to promote. Okay? And to find an offer to promote, the first thing you need to do is to define your niche. Okay? What is a niche? A niche is a big market that exists online. And inside the niche, inside each niche, there are sub niches. There are more specific markets. So a niche is a big market. Sub niche is a more specific market inside that big market. There are three big niches online: health, wealth, and relationships. These are basic human needs. We all need to make money, we all need health, and we all need relationships. As they are basic human needs, they are always in high demand. And as they are always in high demand, that means these are the niches where it's the easiest to find offers in, and also to make sales in. So if you focus on one of these big three, health, wealth, or relationships, you put yourself in a position to speed up your growth in your business, because it's easier for you to find something to sell, and it's easier for you to make sales, okay, because of the high demand of these niches, okay? So I recommend that you pick one of these big three. And then there are multiple sub niches inside each one of these niches. I'm going to give you some examples. In the wealth niche, you have affiliate marketing, stocks, real estate, etc. In the health niche, you have weight loss, keto diet, muscle building, etc. In the relationships niche, you have finding a partner, divorce, parenting, etc. Okay, so these are sub niches inside each one of these each one of these niches, and there are way more. These are just a few examples. Okay, just to make it clear the difference between a niche and the sub niche. The niche is the big market, wealth, health, relationships. The sub niches are the more specific markets inside those big markets. Affiliate marketing, stocks, and real estate are sub niches in the wealth niche. Those are ways for people to make money. Okay, health niche, you have weight loss, keto diet, muscle building. Okay, so those are ways for people to improve their health. Okay, etc. And for you to pick your niche and your sub niche, I recommend that you focus on the intersection of two things. First thing, interests and passions. Okay, what are you interested in? What are you passionate about? What do you like learning? What do you like talking about? Okay, that's the first thing that I recommend that you focus on to pick your niche and your sub niche. What are you interested in? Interests and passions. The second thing I recommend that you focus on to pick your niche is knowledge, skills, and experience. What experience do you have? What knowledge do you have? What results have you achieved that you can help others achieve, that other people want to achieve? Okay, what knowledge do you have that can help other people? That's the second bucket. Okay, so think about these two buckets: interests and passions, and then knowledge, skills, and experience, and then focus on the intersection of these two to define your niche and your sub niche for your affiliate marketing business. Okay, when you have your niche and your sub niche, the next step is to find an offer for you to promote inside your sub niche. Okay, in my business, I focus on high ticket offers. As you see on the screen, it says there high ticket offer. I focus on high ticket offers priced between 1K and 5K. Okay, and that means I can make $500 to $2,500 commissions, because I usually promote offers that have 50% commissions, so 1 to 5K in price, 500 to 2,500 in commissions. Okay, and with those commissions, with a few sales per month, you can make a great income. Okay, if you make 500 per sale, 1K per sale, 2K per sale, a few sales per month, and you make a great income. Okay, and it's easier to find these commissions if you promote digital offers, okay, than physical products. So it's easier to find on digital offers than on physical products. If you don't know the difference between the digital offer and the physical product, digital offer is something that is hosted digitally. A course, coaching program, software, those are digital offers. Physical products are products you touch with your hands. This is a physical product, okay? So it's easier to find these $500 to $2,500 commissions in digital offers. Why? Because physical product companies have higher costs with production, inventory, shipping, etc. As they have higher costs, the affiliate gets a smaller percentage of the sale, so they pay less to the affiliate. Okay, for that reason, if you want to find $500 to $2,500 commissions, it's easier if you focus on digital offers. Okay. So for you to find offers to promote, as you already defined your niche and your sub niche, you can research in your sub niche. You can start exploring that sub niche, start researching on Google, on YouTube, finding influencers in that sub niche, finding the offers that those influencers created. So research and find offers in that sub niche. And the goal is to find something that you resonate with and something that is good quality and helps people. That's important, okay? So research and find offers to promote in your sub niche and pick something that you resonate with and that is good quality. When you have something to sell, you can start using the three phases that you have in front of you on the screen to start getting people to see that offer. So you have the goal of the business defined, okay? So when you have something to sell, you have this ready. You have a goal for your business. And now we can start using these three phases to get people to see that offer. That's our goal, because if we get people to see our offer, then we generate conversions and the business makes money. That's the goal. Okay, so let's dive into the first phase, which is the unlimited free traffic. Okay, so in this phase, I use a Facebook profile to get 10 to 15 new perfectly targeted leads every single day in only 45 minutes. That's 300 to 450 leads per month. Okay, 300 to 450 new leads per month. When I promote an affiliate offer that pays 1K commissions, for example, I need 10 sales to make 10K a month. Okay, if you are promoting something that pays 1K times 10 sales, that's 10K a month. So you are getting 300 to 450 leads, and if you need 10 sales per month to get to 10K, that's 2 to 3% of the leads converting. Okay, and most people are happy if they can achieve that on a website. On a website, 2 to 3% conversions is great. With this system, I can achieve way higher conversion rates than 2 to 3%. Why? Because I build strong relationships with my leads with my buyer activation engine. Okay, so here we are building strong relationships with our leads and we are speaking with them personally with the techless conversion system. And I'm going to dive into this too in a minute. Okay, but that's why I can generate higher conversion rates than just 2 to 3%, because I have the buyer activation engine building strong relationships and I have the techless conversion system where I speak to them personally. Okay, so in this initial phase, in the unlimited free traffic phase, the first step is to engineer your ideal customer. Okay, this is a very important step because if you don't know who your ideal customer is, it's hard for you to get the right people. Okay, so it's important that you look at the offer that you are promoting. So you already have an offer, look at the offer that you are promoting and identify what problems does it solve, what results does it help people achieve. Okay, so you need to think about the person who needs the offer. Okay, and what are their problems, what are their goals, because that allows you to know exactly who are the people that you need to attract to you, and also helps you with creating content to attract those people to the offer. So engineering your ideal customer is a very important step that you need to do if you want to get the right people exposed to you and if you want to generate leads and sales. Okay, so engineer your ideal customer, do some brainstorming and think about who is the person who needs the offer that I'm selling, and think about their problems, their goals, and that will be your ideal customer. Okay, when you have your ideal customer, then you can tap into Facebook's database of 3 billion users. Okay, and Facebook shows you exactly what people are buying based on the groups they are in and the pages they like. Okay, Facebook gives you that information, what people are buying based on the groups they are in and the pages they like. We can see what groups people are in, we can see what pages people like. We don't have to guess, we can go right to the best pools of leads. And there are 3 ways to find your ideal customers on Facebook. First one, groups. Second one, fan pages. Third one, other people's ads. Okay, so let me repeat: groups, fan pages or business pages, some people call them business pages, and other people's ads. Okay, so we identify our ideal customer and we go to these places where they are, to the groups where they are hanging out, to the pages they like, they follow, to the ads they are engaging with. And when we go to those places, we send them friend requests. Okay, when they accept those friend requests, they start getting exposed to us. Okay, so that's what we are doing. We engineer your ideal customer, and then we go to the places on Facebook where those people are hanging out, groups, pages, and other people's ads. And when we go to those sources, we send friend requests, and when they accept friend requests, as we know our ideal customer and we are going to the right places, and that's why the ideal customer is so important, we get perfectly targeted leads because we are going to the places where our ideal customers are hanging out. So we get perfectly targeted leads, 10 to 15 per day, and this process takes 45 minutes per day. Okay, so that's the first phase. And most people rely on hope to get in front of the right leads by spending money on ads, by waiting for the TikTok and Reels algorithms to show their content to people. With what I just shared, there's no hope. There's no paid ads. There's no waiting for algorithms. Just unlimited free traffic with full control. Okay? That's the first phase. Now let's dive into the second phase, which is the buyer activation engine. So, with phase one in place, I get a consistent flow of new people entering my audience. I get perfectly targeted leads, 10 to 15, as I said, per day. The next step is to move them to my offer and generate ready to buy leads. Okay? And I do this by making one post per day on Facebook. And I deploy two types of content. Okay? As you see on the screen, two types of content: written posts and 5 to 10-minute videos. And the goal with these posts that we are making is to generate ready to buy leads. We make one post per day, written post or 5 to 10-minute video, and we generate ready to buy leads. Okay? When it comes to written posts, there are two types of written posts: nurturing posts and lead generation posts. Nurturing posts build trust and strong relationships with my followers, show that I understand them, and move them towards my offer. Okay, so nurturing posts are more with the goal of building relationships, building trust, helping people, showing that you understand them, and that starts moving them towards your offer. And then with lead generation posts, we are getting people to consume more of the content that we are sharing, and we are generating ready to buy leads. Okay, so lead generation posts, we are, for example, giving away a free resource that people can raise their hands and say, I'm interested, and we send that free resource. So we are getting them to consume more content. And also we can make a direct offer in the content, and when people raise their hands, it means they are interested in getting information about that offer. But if you just do lead generation and you don't do the nurturing, you don't have people who are ready to explore the offer. Okay, that's why we need both. We need nurturing posts, so we build trust, we build the strong relationships with people, we show that we understand them, and we start moving them towards the offer. And then the lead generation posts get people to raise their hands and say, I want to know more. And that's what creates opportunities for you to put your offer in front of them. Okay, so those are two types of written posts I use: nurturing and lead generation. And when it comes to 5 to 10-minute videos, I use these to build trust and strong relationships with my followers. And they spend a lot of time with me and get to know me at a deeper level because they see my face, they hear my voice. So this is a great type of content to create a stronger relationship with your followers, because they can see you talking. It's not just text and photos. It's they see you on camera. You are, and especially if you do a live, you can interact with them. You can answer their questions if they ask in the comments, for example. So it's a way you can use to build strong relationships with your followers, and it's very, very powerful. Okay, so that's 5 to 10-minute videos. And from these two types of content, I get ready to buy leads. So as I said, one post per day, written posts, which can be a nurturing or lead generation, and 5 to 10-minute videos. And the goal is to generate ready to buy leads. Okay? And as you see, I keep things very simple. One post per day, and I generate ready to buy leads. And one key thing to keep in mind is that a big following is not required. Why? Because I focus on building strong relationships with my followers. Okay? I see a lot of people with big followings not being able to get leads and to make sales. Why? Because they don't focus on building strong relationships with their followers. Or I see a lot of people with followers way bigger than mine, and my following is still not big today, who are not making sales or are making a low number of sales, for example. Okay, and the reason for that is the relationship with those followers. If you focus on building strong relationships with those followers, you need fewer followers to make one sale. Okay, but if in your content you are not building strong relationships, you are not giving value, you are not building trust, you need way more followers to make one sale. Okay, that's why big following is not required with this approach. We focus on building strong relationships, so we don't need a lot of followers. And the followers that we have become raving fans because we are helping them, we are giving value, we are building strong relationships with them. That's the key, okay? So that's why a big following is not required. So that's the second phase, buyer activation engine. Let's dive into the third phase, which is the techless conversion. Okay, so with phases 1 and 2 in place, we have unlimited free traffic, perfectly targeted leads entering our audience. We have one post per day that is generating rates by leads. So when we enter phase 3, we have rates by leads to convert. Okay, so we have phase 1 and phase 2 getting us ready to buy leads to convert. Okay, and the posts are doing the heavy lifting. They are building trust, they are moving people towards my offer. So these conversations can be very short because the content is doing the heavy lifting. Okay, and when I get these ready to buy leads from my content inbound, that means they raise their hands and say, I want more information about your offer, I want to learn more. Okay, so I get these leads from my content. I can convert these leads into $500 to $2,500 commissions in 5 messages without being pushy, without being salesy, without being spammy. Okay, and as I said, that's possible because the content is doing the heavy lifting, because the content is building strong relationships. Okay, that's why it's possible to convert only with 5 messages. Okay, so that's the techless conversion um, system. Okay, we use messenger, and we get these leads from the content, and these leads can come from a comment, or they reach out directly. You can make a call to action in your content of saying, if you want to learn more, drop a comment, for example, and they can comment. That's a lead. Or some people also reach out to you directly saying they want to learn more. And then in that conversation, as I said, 5 messages, present the offer that you are promoting, and if they buy, you make a commission. Okay, and in this phase, while my clients build their buyer activation engine, I help them deploy outbound strategies as well, because phase 2 that we discussed, the buyer activation engine, uh, it doesn't happen overnight. You don't start generating rates by leads just with one post or two posts. That's something that takes some time. This engine takes some time to be built. It's not overnight that you start generating rates by leads. Okay, so while my clients are in that initial phase, trying to take things off the ground and trying to make their first sale, instead of just waiting for these to generate rates by leads, I help them deploy also outbound strategies. Okay, outbound strategies means we start. I help them reach out to people. I help them start conversations with people, and we do that in 2 ways. First way, warm outbound. Okay, warm outbound means reaching out to warm leads. Warm leads are people who have been exposed to you for some time. Okay, people who are paying attention to you, people who are showing signs of interest. And examples of signs of interest: they are liking, they are commenting, they are watching videos, they are checking stories. Okay, those are signs of interest. Okay, so to do warm outbound, I help my clients with what we do is we pay attention to the people in their followings who are paying attention to their content, who are giving signs of interest, and we start conversations with those people. And when we initiate conversation with those people, we can ask a few questions about what they are doing, and that can create opportunities to present an offer and close a sale. Okay, so while you are building your buyer activation engine in that initial phase, and you are still not getting ready to buy leads, you can use proactivity to generate opportunities for your business, and that's what I help my clients do while they are building their buyer activation engine. And the first way is through warm outbound, as I said, paying attention to the people who are showing signs of interest and reaching out to those people, starting conversations, and that creates opportunities to present an offer. The second way we use outbound is cold outbound. Okay, cold outbound means reaching out to people who just accepted the friend request. Okay, so those people here, that's cold outbound. When we are doing warm outbound, we are paying attention here to the content that we are sharing and the people who are showing signs of interest, people who are liking, who are commenting, who are watching stories. Okay, who are watching videos. That's warm outbound. Cold outbound, we are going to this part, okay, to the people who just accepted the friend request. And these people didn't have time to consume yet. So they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, okay? They just entered your audience. That's cold outbound. And the goal with these conversations is not to present your offer. And that's a mistake I see a lot of people making on Facebook. A lot of people on Facebook, what they do is they add a friend and they send a message with a pitch. They add a friend and they send a message with a pitch. And that doesn't work because you are presenting an offer to someone who doesn't know you, doesn't like you, doesn't trust you. And people buy products from someone they trust. Okay? So that just ruins the relationship. They see that you are being salesy, and from that point, they will never pay attention to you because they had that bad experience with you right away when you started the conversation. So I don't recommend that you start a conversation with the goal of pitching, okay? And what I recommend is that you focus on building a relationship, okay? And also get these people to start consuming your content, okay? So when you initiate these conversations cold, you can build a relationship, you can ask a few questions about their journey, whatever niche you are in. And then if you see that one of the pieces of content that you created can help that person based on something they told you can send them to one of your pieces of content. So you get them to start consuming the content, okay? So you are going here to these leads who just accepted your friend request, initiating conversations, and you can start sending them to your written posts, to your 5 to 10 minute videos, okay? So they start consuming, and that consumption is what starts strengthening the relationship and building trust, okay? And then as they start consuming, as you have this engine here that generates rate by leads, as they start consuming this content, it can lead to them becoming a raised by lead, and then you can convert them, okay? So as they start consuming, it can lead to them raising their hands on your content and saying, I want to know more, them coming to you inbound, them becoming a ready to buy lead, or them showing a sign of interest in your content that you use for warm outbound. Okay, as I said when I explained the warm outbound, we pay attention to the people who are giving signs of interest here. Okay, so by you going to the cold people and sending them your content for them to start consuming, then it can lead to them giving a sign of interest, liking multiple posts, watching multiple videos, commenting multiple times. So you start seeing these people giving signs of interest, and if they don't raise their hands, while you are refining this engine, you can proactively reach out to them outbound by doing warm outbound and create opportunities that way. Okay, so that's how I recommend that you use cold outreach, not to pitch right away. Okay, not initiate conversations with the goal of presenting an offer, but building a relationship and sending them to the content, and then from the content, or they come to you inbound, or or they show a sign of interest that you can use for warm outbound. Okay, so that's the techless conversion phase. Okay, ready to buy leads, 5 messages, present offer, close sales. That's when we have the ready to buy leads from the content, while my clients are not getting ready to buy leads from the content yet, because as I said, it takes time to build that engine. It doesn't happen overnight. Content is a cumulative game. It's not just with 1 or 2 posts that you start getting ready to buy leads. It takes some time. While my clients are not getting these ready to buy leads, while we are refining this engine, we use outbound strategies, warm outbound by going to the people who are showing signs of interest in the content, and cold outbound by going to the people who are accepting the friend requests to speed up their results and start making sales while the engine is being built. Okay, so many people spend a lot of time figuring out tech and funnels and email automations and integrations and tracking, and they end up confused and overwhelmed. As you see here in this phase, I keep things very simple. I send 5 messages and I make $500 to $2,500 commissions. Zero tech needed. It's just messenger. Okay? And as I said, while I help my clients build their buyer activation engine, I help them use outbound strategies to generate conversions and speed up results. Okay? So this is the operating system I use to make $500 to $2,500 commissions without funnels, paid ads, or a big following. Unlimited free traffic, I go to places where my ideal customer is hanging out, groups, pages, and ads, send friend requests. When they accept the friend requests, I get perfectly targeted leads, 10 to 15 per day in only 45 minutes. Okay? These people start getting exposed to me, and then I use the buyer activation engine to generate ready to buy leads. I do this with one post per day, written posts, which can be nurturing and lead generation, and 5 to 10 minute videos. This content generates ready to buy leads. When I get a ready to buy lead, I use my techless conversion system, okay, which is converting leads into $500 to $2,500 commissions in 5 messages. I send 5 messages without being pushy, without being salesy, without being spammy, present my offer, close sale. Okay? While my clients build their buyer activation engine, and because it takes time and it doesn't happen overnight, you don't start generating great buy leads overnight. I help them deploy outbound strategies and pay attention to the people who are giving signs of interest to do warm outbound, and go to the people who are accepting the friend requests, cold outbound, to speed up their results and start making sales as quickly as possible. Okay, so this is the system. Okay, if you want my personal help to install this system in your business, there's a link below with the details of my 6-figure freedom accelerator. If you are on Facebook, it's in the comments. If you are on YouTube, it's in the description. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching.